Morning. Show you some clips of some videos I took this week. I'm just going to fast forward through them and show you the things that went on in the garden throughout the week.
Junction there, kind of like it's a spot where it breaks off, and if you just do like that in the opposite direction of the bend, it goes right off with the top down. So, tomato. I also see there's a cucumber that is ready to be harvested here, so I figured I'd share that with you. I always cut these, and they're really hard to pull off and can damage the plant, so Gypsy, say hi! Say hi! Let's go take this cucumber inside. And harvest these green. Harvest what it gives me and let it go. It's small, but I'm going to go ahead and get it off of here because it's still edible and the pests right now are pretty crazy, so whoops. Yeah, the pests out here are kind of crazy. I don't want the, oh, that's weird. I don't want the pickleworms to get to these tomatoes. They're ugly. They don't look like the ones that you see in the store, but, that means that they are grown without pesticides and they are not grown by scientists. So, I'm going to round up my food. I need a basket. I'll round this stuff up and I'll take it inside and put it in the fridge. Here is our bountiful harvest for the day. I'm sitting here at my amazing black creme tomato plant, and looks like some of the lower leaves have some damage, some browning and holes and stuff, and it's a little congested down here. And one of the things that are helpful for tomatoes is to have airflow. So I'm going to prune this back a little bit and create some airflow at the bottom of the plant. I'm not going to trim anything above, about right here, or to the bottom of that cattle panel, so you get some airflow. So I'll go ahead and do that now. I'm going to try and set up my camera. Throw those leaves away because they can have disease, which looks like there may be some disease on these leaves. Blight is soil-borne disease, and having this bottom area here cleared helps with the splashback of any soil that may come up on the leaves and create disease in the leaves. Just giving it a little trim. Don't want to cut any branches that have tomatoes on them, so very careful. Cut this one here. Check. 7. We'll cut into that. There we go. And this is a little bit, so we'll go ahead and I'll leave that one. Yeah, I'll just cut this off. And looks like there's some damage on these leaves here, so go ahead and cut this one off. You can see some of the disease and the pests eating away at us. That's what these little brown spots here are, those little holes there. That's where the leaf dried up, where something was chewing on it. And the little spots there are disease, so we get rid of those. Doesn't mean that the plant is no good anymore. It doesn't mean that you're going to get sick from some sunlight. It's easier to see. There we go. Those are plant killers. This is a young, I believe it may be a cutworm. It kind of looks like a pickle worm, but I believe it's a cutworm. And there are some eggs in there. I don't know if you can see, but if you see your leaves folded over like that, you should be suspicious that there's a worm or a caterpillar inside. Guys, we are under attack. I did trim up this tomato today. It came out earlier, and there was little worms all over this thing going to town. And when I saw that, started looking, and you look under the leaves and all over and see what you find. I'm going to put this little stool here so I can sit down and look at this together. So you're going to look underneath the leaves, and there's one there. A little worm. I believe that's an army worm. Oh, there's two of them. So these are no good. These will eat up your plants. Oh, there's three of them. So I'm going to be spraying this bunch of tomatoes over here with some BT. BT is a bacterial spray that is not toxic to humans or harmful to humans, but it does affect the worms and will kill the worms. I believe basically it works from the inside out. From my understanding, it affects their insides when they eat the leaves and ingest it, and it kills them. So I'll be spraying these plants with that today here in a few minutes. Try and get ahead of this.
Today I just want to take a minute and talk about some of the bad things about gardening. Pests, disease, destruction, loss. I've been through my fair share of those things, and here in Florida it's starting to get really hot, and I'm noticing that things are starting to get kind of sketchy. And just want to show you a little bit about what I've gone through this week and what I'm starting to see. First thing, we struggled with leaf miners last year pretty bad. They are back. That's what those little trails are. Starting to see little trails on everything. And I'm seeing spots. I'm seeing holes where things have chewed. Starting to worry about these peppers here. That black area. Looks like it may be a disease. This one too. I'm hoping that's not the case, but from what I read, it may be a fungus. I'm gonna try and treat that. Biggest disappointment this week was with this giant Marconi pepper. I was really excited about this pepper, and last night I came out here. It had rained a little bit, and the pepper was laying on its side, and I was like, well, maybe it just got too heavy. The top was too top heavy, and the pot is not deep enough for the roots to grab hold, so it's, basically tipped over. But I removed all of the mulch around the base of the plant, and it looked like something had been chewing it. So I don't know that it's gonna make it, but I checked the soil to see if I could find any type of pests that could have possibly caused that damage, and I didn't find anything. It was nighttime and it was raining, so I may have missed it, but I went ahead and propped it back up and taped it to this piece of bamboo pole here, and I'm hoping that that will help, but it looks like it may be a goner, so pretty disappointed about that. Fingers crossed. The cucumbers are starting to look pretty rough. A lot of yellow in there. A lot of these lower leaves have died off. During the day it gets to be 90-ish degrees, over 90 degrees, and these leaves will just wilt and look so droopy during the day and then perk back up at night, and it's been like that all week, and I think that it's just getting too hot for these. I have a refrigerator full of cucumbers, but I'm anticipating that this is not going to make it too much longer. Do you still have cucumbers growing on here? There's one back here, there, there. That is a black-bellied whistling duck, and Lord, they really like my chimney. And when we moved in this house, there was actually a baby duck in the attic running around in the ceiling. So they like that chimney there, and I don't know how they actually got in the attic because the chimney is sealed off. But on inspection day, there was a baby duck that was running around in the kitchen on top of the clear light fixture cover. So that's what those are, black-bellied whistling ducks, and for some reason they really love this area. This bean teepee has seen better days. It's got spider mites. Pull this leaf off and maybe I can show you. There we go. It's like a web with little specks in there, and those are from spider mites. And they are killing this plant. That's why you see all these little specks on the leaves. And I dealt with this last year. And it was pretty quickly killing the plant. So I did order some spray for this, and it should be here today from Amazon, and I'm gonna see what I can do to try and save this, but honestly it's so sparse and I've replanted this so many times. I just think I may just let it go if it doesn't work with that spray. Next challenge that we had this week was worms. cutworms, army worms, bagworms, or whatever they were destroying my copia plant, copia tomato. And you see it's missing all of the bottom leaves up to the top of the trellis, and I pruned the heck out of it. There was like tons of caterpillars eating all the leaves on this thing, and kind of had to go into emergency mode. Luckily they were all from the trellis downward, but went into rescue and took all those bottom leaves off, and I also trimmed up some of the other plants too at the bottom. Trimmed up that one as well. It was really starting to hang over the side of the bed, so I trimmed that up. And then we finally did get a mortgage lister tomato. And we've got several copia tomatoes. And Kellogg's breakfast tomatoes. Of course, the black creme with tons of tomatoes everywhere. It's just insane. And there's a cool tomato on here I want to show you that looks like it's cute tomato blossoms that fuse together. Looks like a wrinkly butt. Such a dork. Another issue that we had this week was with this lettuce, and we have a little aphid infestation there, so when I get that spray, treat those too. But it's been a pretty rough week. We're okay, and everything will be okay. And we gotta just keep pushing forward and keep working on things. These are the new tomatoes that I planted. The Rad's Atomic Grape, which is doing great, and the black strawberry tomato. Carrots look good. The Cherokee Trail of Tears beans look good. The cherry radishes look good. And we're starting to get some rosebud beets. All in all, this week has been really challenging with pests and damage to plants and pruning and spraying. I sprayed all the plants with BT this week, and it rained a couple days later, so that washed that effort away. I've harvested, I don't know, 4 cucumbers, and obviously I got more to go. 2 tomatoes, and those are the Wapsipinicon peach. And then I got a few peppers I harvested, and there's a couple more on here. So despite all the challenges and the disease and the pests and black-bellied whistling ducks, we're doing good. And if this pepper fails, I'll plant another one in its place. And the cucumbers fail, I'll tear those out and I'll plant something else there. If the beans fail, I'll probably take down that teepee, because I kind of wonder if the spider mites are coming from that wood, because it was on those last year, a different type of bean, and I've not seen those anywhere else in the yard. So I don't know if that's just coincidental, if it's the soil that's in that pot, but I may just scratch the whole thing. But the point is, it doesn't make me a bad gardener that my plants look like that. You see all kinds of stuff like this. I'm not a bad gardener. I try really hard, and just because things fail or die doesn't mean that I'm a bad gardener. And just want to say that you can do this. I've had a lot of people that told me that everything looks so good and they don't know how I do all of this and they can't grow anything, and that's not true. You just have to keep trying, do some research, learn from mistakes. You know, this did not happen overnight. It's been probably a year and a half since I started gardening, and I didn't have these raised beds. I didn't have this trellis system. I was working with these tomato cages and having tomato plants that look like this. I learned from that, and I invested and spent time putting together, well, Tom put together these raised beds, and we put the trellises up and having some success now. So we grew, basically, and you can too. You can do it, and you can be a good gardener. Just, oh, I don't know if you saw that, but that squirrel just fell out of the tree. Oh my god, poor baby. I hate squirrels, but I feel bad for that squirrel. Oh my god. Anyways, I hope you have a good day, and I hope that you do try to garden and forgive yourself if you have failures and if your garden isn't perfect, and it just means that you are not a scientist, you don't use a lot of pesticides, and you're human. So thank you for watching. Ribbit.